I love that he's got a little rat with an eye patch on his shoulder. I want that rat. Can we steal that rat? Can we kill him and take the rat? I would do that. Let's get good. I am the gamer under development, and this is Sunless Skies. We are continuing where we left off last time. This is a blind playthrough, and we have landed at New Winchester. We didn't get a chance to explore the city yet, so I'm excited to do that with you guys right now. Explore the city, the smoggy, clanking, singing, stamping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach. Recruit the Incautious driver. I specialize in test driving, but I'm looking for something quieter. An opportunity, the fastidious inspector. Excuse me. Or we can investigate the black box. We have actually already looked at the black box a little bit. That is from the quest that Captain Whitlock left us when she passed away to go turn this in, so we'll probably be doing that at some point regardless. Follow your ambition. The song of the sky looms in your mind, an unfinished monument. Repair your locomotive. The engineers at the Wolvesey yards claim they can repair anything. Or hire on crew. Your voyages have grown perilous of late. I do like the way that this is all organized in comparison to Sunless Seas. It's a little bit larger, and while I might be interested in maybe shrinking the UI a little bit here, it is nice to have these done more clearly, with like more clear descriptions in my opinion. So we're going to start with Explore the City here. The smoggy, clanking, singing, stamping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach, an ever-expanding port of soot-smudged glass and bright steel, spilling across a drifting, mist-wrapped archipelago. Its factories thunder, its engine sheds ring with hammers and hiss with steam. Locomotives chug into sidings for repair, or flare across the sky and away into the high wilderness. An opportunity, learn about trading. Okay, so that's useful. Successful skyfarers fund their expeditions by dabbling in trade. Inquire whether there are any good trading opportunities available. We can also visit the Promise of Days, a club where seasoned captains gather to trade stories and share advice with younger skyfarers. That's actually something we should do. And inquire about the Winchester War. How goes the war? That's interesting. So we're going to start with this opportunity here. Gonna go ahead and click that, and let's see what goes on. On the pedal trail, a porter at the station advises you to visit the nearby pub, the Promise of Days, and talk to the seasoned captains there. They keep their ears to the ground. They know about an opportunity or two. Visiting the Promise of Days is one of the options when exploring the city. A trading opportunity, visit the Promise of Days at New Winchester's to learn of profitable trading prospects. Okay, so we're back here. The Promise of Days was the thing we saw here, where it's the club that offers advice, which we wanted to go to anyway, so we're gonna head over there right now. I love that art. I love that he's got a little rat with an eye patch on his shoulder. I want that rat. Can we steal that rat? Can we kill him and take the rat? I would do that. Okay. Old pistons gleam on the walls. The shelves are crowded with mementos from across the sky. The clientele raise their voices to be heard above the comforting clamor of the adjacent engine yards. You may find helpful advice here. Introduce yourself to the seasoned captains. They are always happy to offer words of advice, sometimes too many words, yet to make their acquaintance, or we can go elsewhere, or we can ask them how to make your fortune through trade. Between them, they've carried Navartine gemstones from Eleutheria, souls to the Blue Kingdom, and raw hours to London. Have they any tips? Learn about trade and how to find bargains and prospects. That's interesting, and raw hours to London. That's weird. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself to the seasoned captains here, and let's see what happens. 4 are gathered at their usual table. The masked citizen, a libertine, polymath, and pioneer of the neo-nocturnal artistic school. The bedeviled didact, a scholar haunted by his discoveries. The plucky baroness, explorer, collector, philatelist? I don't know what that means. And Spatchcocker Meg, who hunts monsters. Of course, everything out here is jolly dangerous, says the baroness. Few risk the skies, so news of distant ports is valuable. Collect port reports from the places you visit and deliver them to Victory Hall or Company House. The more you turn in at once, the more they'll pay. Look for other opportunities on the way, advises the masked citizen. Passengers who want transport, rich men in need of bloody work, etc. That is actually just the way that we would play Sunless Seas, so that's nice to see that the port reports are still a mechanic, because I actually don't mind that. The port reports were cool because they actually reward you based on how long of a path you plot. So the longer you venture out, and that sort of increases as you go deeper into the game and you get more money to buy more fuel and upgrade your ships and stuff. So that, to me, is a nice natural growth mechanic. I'm glad to see that still in. Okay, so we've already read that. We've already asked them how to make a fortune from trade. Or did we? I think we just introduced ourselves. Let's ask how to make a fortune. Ah, the didact says, fiddling with his innumerable talismans. An essential topic. Meg slides you a stool, and the captain shuffles around to make room. The masked citizen buys you a drink of their own invention. It is violet and foggy. The plucky baroness gives you a brisk, encouraging grin. Ask away. Okay, so we can ask about... we can ask about markets, we can ask about prospects, we can ask about a trading opportunity to ask if they know any good prospects right now. So let's ask about markets and prospects in general, and then we'll ask about this opportunity. How can you buy and sell goods? You can sell practically anything at a big trade hub like New Winchester, the Baroness answers. If you want to buy, though, you'll need to travel to more distant ports. Each specializes in a particular export. Meg spits chewing tobacco on the floor. No money in buying at market prices and selling at them, too. You want to look for bargains or prospects of people offering better money. Buy cheap, sell dear. I like it. That's our philosophy. We like being buy low, sell high type people. Okay, let's ask about prospects. Where might you learn of these opportunities? The masked citizen sips their drink. The biggest port in each region has a bazaar where captains do business. There you'll learn of people at other ports prepared to pay over the odds for a commodity. When you accept the commission for a prospect, it's yours. No other captain will pursue it. It's all fantastically civilized. Their smile is droll. You'll have to source the goods yourself, of course, says the bedeviled didact. Find a port that exports them. The client will want a certain amount. You can supply some or all of it, but if you provide all they need, they may furnish you with an additional reward. Okay, that's actually super cool too. So basically there are major trade hubs where we can find prospects, and if we turn in those prospects, not only do we get rewarded for like making the trade, but we also get a potential additional reward if we trade enough of the object to them. That's cool. I can only imagine like the cool quest weapons and stuff we can get from that. A trading opportunity. Ask them if they know of a good prospect available. In point of fact, I do, says the masked citizen, tapping an elegant finger on their elegant glass. The host at Magdalene's needs an urgent delivery of seeds, paying a pretty penny too. If I were you, I'd get to the bazaar straight away, put my mark against it. Meg grunts. Broker in Port Avon is selling cheap seeds. Chirpy chap, God knows why. His face looks like it's been pushed through a mangle. Wow. An opportunity. Port Avon lies to the southwest of New Winchester, and Magdalene's lies to the southeast of New Winchester. So we're going to go to the southwest to look for Avon to buy those things cheap, and then we'll head to Magdalene after that. That is definitely our plan for leaving port right now. Ask how to expand the... How to put this delicately, is there perhaps a way that a resourceful captain could prejudice circumstances in their favor? That's actually good. Ask about bargains. Where can I buy things cheaply? Let's do that. Did we already ask that? Spatchcocker Meg wipes beer foam from her lips. Nowhere this busy. Deals are snapped up too fast here. Visit the bazaars at quieter ports. Can find all sorts. Limited supply, mind. A bargain won't hang about forever, though. The Baroness confides, steadfastly ignoring Meg's manners. So don't hang about. If you've space in your hold, snap them up. You can always sell them at a major port for an adequate return. Okay, so what I think that's sort of telling us is that if we're going to go for a trading sort of economic backbone, then we should basically be picking up stuff at every small port we stop at, because we'll eventually be able to offload all of it, is what that's saying. I don't know how true that is or how much we want to play into that, but it is something to think about. Ask how to expand the prospects and bargains available to you. Meg laughs, a noise like a sneeze crossed with a ricochet. It ain't who you is, it's who you know in it. Nepotism. I love this character. I need to reread that with a little bit more oomph. It ain't who you is, it's who you know in it. Nepotism. She taps her broken nose. Quite, the masked citizen remarks. The wider your circles, the more advantageous the opportunities that will present themselves. A wise captain makes the most of them. As your captain increases in level, your affiliation increases. Academe, Bohemia, Establishment, and Villainy. They will unlock new, more rewarding bargains and prospects. Affiliations allow your next captain to inherit certain resources should the unthinkable happen. So that's really cool, because before the way that you would, like, inherit stuff to your next captain was by, like, having a house and, like, an heir and all that stuff. I'm sure that part of that mechanic is still there, but the affiliations are a new mechanic, I believe, and that's a very interesting thing, because not only do they offer you better, like, trades and things like that, but they also affect what you can pass on to your next captain, which is cool. Continue. Okay, so I think we're done here. Yeah, perhaps not. Alright, so we have explored that part of the city. We can inquire about the Winchester War. That's actually interesting because we don't know anything about the setting right now. The slow burning war for the Reach forms the backdrop to daily life in New Winchester. Citizens wishing to keep up with developments in the war turn to the New Gazette. It is famously the only newspaper worth reading in New Winchester, as well as the only paper that hasn't bankrupted itself. Its quality speaks for itself. Here you can read about the progress of the war, check your reputation with the factions, and who currently controls the Reach. Interesting. So let's read about the current political situation in the New Gazette. You will learn who currently controls the Reach. The lay of the land. The Assembly runs New Winchester from Victory Hall and seeks to strengthen its hand in the Reach. London's proxy, the Windward Company, however, maintain a considerable presence in the Reach. Although New Winchester is still neutral ground, tensions are mounting within and without the port. Interesting. Interesting. Search the New Gazette for your name. Are they talking about you? What are they saying? That's interesting. Your name does not appear in any of the Tackety-focused reporting on the war. Apparently you are not considered worthy of comment. There's no mention of you among the stories about the Stovepipe's recent fortunes. You are not of interest to them. Weak. We are not at all known. Read about the latest news in the Gazette. Okay, we can't actually do that right now. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe that's because we have to go do stuff before something actually happens with that. So we've been through everything on Explore the City. Let's talk to Recruit the Incautious Driver here. I specialize... Okay, so we've seen that. Officers require a sign-on fee. What is his sign-on fee? 20 sovereigns. This will get you a chief engineer who will increase your irons by 6, your hearts by 2, and your affiliation establishment by 1. Now I'm actually curious what our affiliation is. Our affiliation, once again, is Academe. I forgot after the last episode, that's sort of a thing. Events, dominant in the Reach. Fortune, Tacketies. The Tacketies try to be free of the Empire. Stovepipes, Her Majesty longs to tighten the Empire's hold on the wilderness. The strength is sun. Some say that the clockwork sun was brighter once, but they say it quietly and lie about it afterwards. Interesting. Our soul is stained and cold. The presiding devil is the Carillion Compendium. Interesting after all. Okay, wow. Peculiarities. Reputation. The Tacketies curious. So we don't really have any reputation. We know that there's these groups called the Tacketies and the Stovepipes that are essentially fighting for freedom, it seems like, or to tighten the hold of the Empire. The profile, your profile records all aspects of your captain, of course. So that all seems fine. What harm can it do? This will get you a chief engineer and will increase your iron burst. Yeah, we'll just do it. We'll just do it. Yes, get him. We need him anyway, honestly. The driver board's eager to get started. I recently parted ways with the Windward Company. They explained personally, I think a crash a week isn't so bad. They disagreed. Oh well, live and learn. Well now, that is not what we were expecting in the slightest. I'm actually very concerned now that he's going to crash our ship somewhere, and that's not going to help. Well, not our ship, I'm sorry, our locomotive. Okay, an opportunity. The fastidious inspector. Excuse me. Excuse me, Captain. A woman pushes through the crowd toward you. She is short and square-shouldered, in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you the case of her pocket watch. It is embossed with the crown and hourglass of London's horological office. The body responsible for ensuring time is consistent across the Empire. Okay, then. I'm hoping to book passage to Port Prosper, she says, slipping the watch away. I can, of course, pay. Pay sounds promising. Offer her passage. Thank you. The locomotive I was on broke down following a boiler rupture. The chief engineer's fault, I suspect. A gentleman fonder of brandy than of diligence. Here, an initial sum to seal our bargain. Prosper lies to the south-southeast of New Winchester. Note that there is no such thing as north, south, east, or indeed west out here. Instead, London cartographers picked 4 of the brighter, more reliable stars visible from the Empress's new palace, and named them north, east, south, and west. Londoners value familiarity. Oh, good. So there's no actual compass. That doesn't make sense. There has to be a compass. We'll see how that all plays out. Okay, so we have a mission to go to Port Prosper now. We have the black box to take in. We know we wanted to go southwest to Avon and then southeast to Clementine, I believe it was. Something of that nature. Okay, we can follow our ambition, the Song of the Sky. Let's go take a look. Where to begin? You take advantage of a quiet moment to pull out your journal. The blank page sits before you, smug and unblemished. The horror. At last, inspiration strikes. You need fresh material. That's the ticket. Go out and explore the high wilderness. Gather sky stories and tales of terror to begin the Song of the Sky. Okay. We can do that. And then repair your locomotive. Fully repair your hull. Restore your locomotive to a pristine condition. This will cost 3 sovereigns per point of hull you've lost. We haven't lost any hulls, so we don't even need to do this. We're going to go ahead and leave. Okay. We've done all the things there. I think it's time for us to undock now. Where do we see our crew count? We have 8 crew. Let's see if we can get more. Hire some of the turncoats' crews. Oh, wow. Your voyages have grown perilous of late. Numbers and morale are lower than they were. Today, New Winchester is abuzz with rumor. A famous tackety captain has turned tail and fled back to London, promised a generous pension and a full pardon in exchange for selling secrets. His crew are at a loose end and under a cloud of suspicion. Will they ever find work again? Hire some of the turncoats' crew as replacements. No one else will have them. For the cost of a round at the promise of days, they're yours. For 10, why not? Let's get them. A fresh start. Initially, the crew members are suspicious. They think you might be a journalist for the Gazette. Still, they are happy to drink on your coin, and as the night progresses, their reserve vanishes. When they arrive at your engine the next day to sign their papers, they come with headaches and nausea and the last of their things. They go to their berths, ready to make for the stars again. Woot! Your crew quality is now 10. Excellent. We wouldn't have it any other way. Onwards. Okay, let's go to the shops real quick before we take off, though, because that's everything we can do except look at the shops. Prospect available. Seeds from Magdalene's. There we go. That's the one we want. We want to select that prospect to claim it. Munitions for Port Prosper's parsimonious chairman. Deliver up to 3 carefully packed crates of munitions to Port Prosper. That's actually a good one for us to take, too, since we have to go to Port Prosper anyway for a quest. So we're going to grab both of those. Whoops. No. I didn't want to bounce just yet. I want to go to the shops here. So we've gotten all of our prospects from the Bazaar, mind you. So it looks like the Bazaar is just a place to pick up trading quests, which is really cool because trading quests weren't, like, there wasn't a differentiator like that in the previous game. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a massive improvement, but it is a nice little thing, in my opinion. Cozy cabins, sensible plumbing. These are new improvements. +6 quarters, requires hearts at 25 plus. Interesting. So, like, it looks like some of the improvements that have been added to the game are things that will just increase the habitability of your ship, so that's nice. Crown and Misery pneumatic mining array. Mining array? Can you actually mine stuff? +1 mining. +1 butchery. Okay, so that's interesting. It almost looks like there are potentially crafting skills in here, and I personally never noticed anything of the sort in Sunless Seas, but admittedly I didn't play Sunless Seas that much. So if I'm wrong about that, you guys can let me know in the comments. Let's look at Victoria Market here. We could get some more fuel and supplies. And then here's the Wolvesey engine yard. Let's see. Parzival class cursor. That's cute. If you've read Ready Player One, that's funny. Okay. Lightly armored aggressive engine. What does it have better of? Whatever that symbol means, which is fuel efficiency maybe? I don't know. That's got to be crew. That's probably cargo. That's health. That has to be fuel efficiency of some sort. If I were guessing, that's what I think that is. Is there a way for us to actually go look at our ship? So this is our hold. We got our fruit bat up here. We got this thing here. Munitions for Port Prosper's parsimonious chairman. Oh, that actually stores those things when we get them, which is excellent. Yep, fuel efficiency is that little wet symbol right there, or liquid symbol right there, so that's useful to know. We currently have a passenger, and we have minimum safe manning number is 6, so if our crew gets below 6, we can no longer safely man our locomotive. That's good to know. I think it's time for us to undock, though. Okay, so we are undocked and ready to go. I just love the way that dock looks. Actually, I actually really like the way that the vehicles move in this game, to be honest. That in and of itself is one of my favorite parts. Oh man, that little jut to the side is so great. I'm trying to pull that up, so it's tab that pulls the map up. We're trying to head southwest, so that would be over this way and then to the south more potentially. We can send our bat out here, but we have to remember that sending the bat out does consume a supply, so we want to be careful with it. Your scout reports successful expedition. Okay, let's see. Where did he report it? Because I don't see nothing. No, he did not report it on Eliurthia. It's gotta be down here somewhere. Oh, that's terrifying. That looks like a giant gun. For a second there I was like, oh man, that thing is gonna get us. But thankfully it did not get us. That thing might though. Oh, whoops, I wasn't even trying to fire as much as I was trying to see it. Young's found. Okay. Let's keep going, and I really want to find out whether that ship was hostile or not, because if it was hostile, we can actually engage it and test out our combat prowess. But I actually don't see it anywhere now. It's like it's gone. New Winchester being here, so we are southwest right now. Terror. We found the Kissigar Gardens. I suppose we just continue on, going to the southwest, right? What is that? Ooh, is that loot? GIF loot! GIF loot now. So we scavenged that, and we got +1 tea kettles, whatever the heck that is. And look at the sky in the background behind us. Do you guys see the landforms that are, like, loosely attached by what look like tree limbs with, like, lights on them? I mean, obviously they're not lights, it's probably some sort of fluorescence or photosynthesis lighting. I don't know, man. I do not know. Okay, we are hopefully on our way to our destination, which at this point is Avon. That's a fog, so that's intriguing in and of itself. That looks like a big old patch of light, and I don't know why, but it's kinda scaring me a little bit. A new smell behind the coal and oil. The green, unlikely scent of apples. Hey, we found Port Avon, and we got like 3 achievements. Who are you in the dark? The Garden of Heaven. Let me see what that is. The Garden of Heaven is discover all stations in the Reach, so apparently that's the only other station that... Oh no, that's so close, my bad. Which one did we get? No, that is it. Garden of the Heavens, we got 1 out of 11 on that. And Who Are You in the Dark is advance a level, so we must have leveled our captain right there. Yeah, that's what that symbol means. Okay. Discovering ports experience the hold. We kind of understand how that stuff works. Let's get in here. You're low on supplies. Once you run out, your crew will begin to starve. You can buy more at ports to check if the port supplies... Yeah, okay. So we do want to get supplies while we're here. We're going to go ahead and hide that and then dock up, because we are down to 2 supplies. Now, I'm not sure, but did the Z-Bat... Like, I'm not sure if it just used a sliver of a supply or if it ate a whole supply. Behold, a ruin of giants, gargantuan blocks jigsaw together, furred with moss and whispering with orchards. A bucolic village nestles amongst them. Smoke coils daintily from the chimneys. A leisurely game of cricket unfolds on the village green. Disembark. A ramshackle dock just into the sky, beside a farmyard scattered with rusty locomotive parts, plating, piping, a chugging motor with its innards exposed. Yeah, we'll disembark here. We know we want to buy supplies here, so that's the main reason we're here. But who knows, maybe we'll find something else. An oily-faced, black-haired girl waves your locomotive into position. Welcome to Port Avon, she calls as you disembark. A rich knot of scents greets you. Leaves and wood smoke, enriched by an infrequent but pungent intrusion of goat. That's funny. Port Avon welcomes new visitors, but your novelty will wear off the more time you spend there. When you visit in future, you may need to bring something to keep them friendly. Interesting. Port Avon spills prettily across sections of colossal drifting ruins. Its orchards bask in the evening gold light of a distant nebula. Write a port report. The locals are willing to update you on the news. There's not much to share, so that will actually get us a port report we can turn in. Share exotic gossip with the locals. We can't actually do that, but it seems that salon stewed gossip is something that will actually allow me into the port. And a taste of London. Host a tea party aboard your locomotive. For that, we need a caddy of dried tea, and that will also get us access to Port Avon in other instances. So we're going to go ahead and write a port report here. Were it not for talk of smugglers and sky beasts, you could easily confuse this place for a village on the world you left behind. It's quite peaceful here. Apart from some fuss over a newspaper delivery, the villagers frown and change the subject when you ask about it. To earn rewards, hand your port reports in to the indurate veteran at Victory Hall or the prudent secretary at Company House. Both docks are near New Winchester. Interesting, so depending on who we give our port reports to, I'm guessing that will select our affiliation. Okay, let's continue. Port Avon spills prettily across sections of colossal drifting ruins. Its orchards bask in the evening. Yeah, we saw that. So we've basically done everything we can with those. That's the dock, at least. Oh, no! Wow! We have all these to go through. That was just like us landing. Okay, so we can recruit a repentant devil. He is looking for passage. Look at those eyes! Does he look creepy to you guys? He looks creepy to me. We're gonna get him. Port Avon spills prettily across sections of colossal drifting ruins. We already saw that. Oh, okay, so that's where all that stuff we were looking at is at. Let's go ahead and recruit a repentant devil. He's looking for passage. He claims to be useful. He doesn't ask where you're headed. Officers require a sign-on fee. This will give you a signaler who increases your iron by 2, your veils by 6, and your affiliation academe by 1. That is the same affiliation as us, so that's definitely good for us to get. He will cost 100 sovereigns to pick up. I guess it's worth it at this point, though, right? I'm gonna get him. You've recruited the Repentant Devil. You now have 76 sovereigns left. He has very little luggage, a single satchel of books, and a folded greatcoat appear to be his only personal effects. His manner is calm, almost pedantic, as he negotiates his duties and his pay, but you have a sense that he urgently wants to be out of Port Avon. Interesting. I wonder if he's in trouble here. He's in trouble here. He's just going to cause us trouble, I bet. A golden nebula scintillates above Port Avon's apple trees, allotments, eel fishers, and steepled church. Here you may, if you choose, immerse yourself in the village's quaint rhythms. The village green, the heart of the village surrounded by the orchards of real apple trees that were shipped through the avid horizon as seeds. So we can take a relaxing stroll around the village. What sort of place is Port Avon now? Or we can watch a cricket match, the crack of willow on weather, a hesitant smattering of applause. Villagers doze in the soft light, newspapers over their face. Unlocked when heirs of Port Avon is... Interesting. Let's watch the cricket match. Because that one's more locked up, like you actually require more for it. The game could charitably be described as stately, but there is a moment of excitement when the batsman hits a 6 and the ball whizzes over the thatched roofs off the edge of the port and is lost forever in the starry deeps. The audience groans, play stops while someone goes to get another ball. You are wearing out your welcome. Terror remains unchanged at 0. Oh, that's weak! I didn't realize that was going to cause problems. Visit the allotments. In fenced plots across Port Avon, grizzled horticulturists tame the rampant vegetation of the Reach. So we could go with... We can try that. We have 51% mirrors. I'm gonna go for it. I want to see what happens if we get it, but we could miss. I hope we don't, though. Success! An intriguing specimen. The contents of the allotments are unlike familiar vegetables, but it helps to look for the similarities. The bulbous squash is too lumpen, too spotty, too purple to be a marrow, but it is more like a marrow than it is like a cucumber. The little fruits clumped on the serpentine vines are certainly not cherries. Cherries are not hairy, but they are closer to cherries than they are to, say, kiwi fruits or otters. Call it a marrow, then. Call them cherries. It helps somehow. The gardener, mistaking your cognitive reshuffle for hunger, offers you a handful of freshly dug, tapered, tiger-striped roots. Let's call them carrots. You now have 1 times uncanny specimen. You are wearing out your welcome. Okay, so we gotta be careful. We're wearing out our welcome. However, we did just get an uncanny specimen, and that's cool. Take a relaxing stroll around the village. Before we do all that, we should look at the other things. There's the No War Inn, there's the Cyclopean Ruins, and there's also the Bazaar, where we could go for an horticulture opportunity, a buoyant broker selling sacks of verdant seeds. That's what we need. We want those. We'll buy 3 of those. That'll be all of our money. I hope that was the right seeds. It has to be the right seeds. There's no other seeds to get. Unfortunately, that does mean that we are a little shy on money for supplies, which could be very problematic for us. Unfortunately, though, we are out of time, guys. I'm so sorry that we didn't get much further. I'm just sort of taking my time through this, and I actually had someone tell me in the comments that I apologize too much, so I will try to work on that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you're as intrigued by all of this as I am. I really like the new way that the ports and stuff are set up, and I know that it's taking us a second to get through the ports right now, but once we get used to all the different ports, then we'll just sort of be going through stuff that's new, so it should speed up a little bit. But I'm actually enjoying reading about this, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of suspicious of Port Avon, because it's like this beautiful green place with all these great plants growing where everything seems like it's perfect, but like you can wear out your welcome and then people don't want you around anymore, and things are a little fishy, and you have to barter your way to even enter, and that seems strange. I don't know if you guys are getting the same strange vibe that I'm getting from it, but I'm getting a strange vibe from this place. Anyways, if you enjoyed the episode, go ahead and click that like button. If you want to see more, click subscribe and ding that bell notification so that YouTube will go ahead and let you know the next time that we go to some crazy place where the people seem nice but are waiting to murder us in our sleep. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Peace!